Welcome to this great adventure of two sisters.
Absolutely not. Hey guys, welcome to the Regina Kids podcast. I am your host Maxie,
With her lovely younger sister, Rita the H.A.M.
and here on the podcast, as you can see, sibling relationships can be loving and sometimes a bit
Dramatic.
affect me, please, complicated. So join us every week as we explore all aspects of having a sibling.
Come be our sibling.
Yeah, exactly. Welcome to a bonus episode of the Regina Kids podcast. I am your host, Maxie,
I'm your host, Rita.
and we have our special guest today,
Some of our
Doc-
favorite people.
Dr. Spurgeon Johnson, and his beautiful wife, my cousin, Sandy.
Put some respect on his name.
Yes. Hey,
You gotta put some
baby.
respect on his name, Maxie.
Put
That's
that put that
Yes.
respect on that. Put that
P.A.
R-E spect. You know,
R.E. Speck.
R-E spect. R-E yes, a C-P-C.
Oh.
We're not doing that. In the month of Black History Month, we're not gonna do that. We're not gonna disrespect the song. So we doing this bonus episode because, like we told y'all on the Virginia Kid podcast, we talk about everything. We talk about family, we talk about love, life, and everything in between. And we got the Johnsons on here for Black History
Yes.
Month
Black
because
history.
you're right, definitely black on black on black.
We black, y'all. We black.
We black.
No,
We blickety black, black, blickety black. Okay.
CB4.
see, Rich,
CB4.
see, Rich, y'all. I got a whole bunch of Leos in the building.
That's
And
right. That's right.
All day, every day.
That's
Yes.
right. That's what we
I
do.
had to bring out this
Come on with it.
this Puma hair girl.
Yes.
Puma hair. What is
Yeah.
Puma hair.
what is
Well,
that?
I was calling it Big Purr earlier, but I guess that wasn't.
So you shaved a Puma?
No.
Rita. See, this is why
That's just his
you
hair.
Okay.
know.
Oh, oh.
That's just her
I
name.
got my serious glasses on.
Do you? Because
I
she be
thought you.
taking stuff too
No.
far, bro.
Okay. Because
But
Oh, we have one more guest.
who was the guest?
Oh,
Oh,
here's
Coco.
Coco.
Hello, Coco.
You say hi.
Say hi.
You say hi.
Oh,
Okay.
you ain't bust
She ain't
out in
happy.
song that time, Rita.
Right, she not happy.
She not happy now.
Oh well. Shout out to the dog Coco.
So
We
not
got
only is he a doctor, he love animals.
here
At
she
least I'm not a vet. I'm not a vet.
what?
Don't shade the vets. We love the vets.
I'm not.
Thank God
I'm not
for
shading the
vets.
vets. They
Because this is
expensive.
the first real dog we had that actually goes to the vet.
Right. You know, Black History Month. You know, there's always
Oh no.
a forest preserve.
People don't drop your dogs off at the forest preserve. They got animal
Don't do it.
shelters now
Oh Lord.
for y'all to drop the puppies off at. So we got our family on here because Spurgeon. Do you want us to call you Doctor? You want us to call you Spurge? So
Don't
we
call me what you normally call me. So,
Mr. Johnson.
this
How are we talking to you
Duly noted.
duly noted, Rita. Thank you
Right.
very much.
Y'all know them Leos be acting
But
up.
if the price is right.
Rita. Any
Just you know what?
Slide into the deal. I'm just playing.
Rita.
Do not bring no comments in, people. Do not bring just Spurgeon.
Spurgeon.
My government name.
So we got our family on here because we're originally from Illinois, and Spurgeon is running for school board. He care a freak
Yes.
love the kids.
Yes. Come on with it.
District, what is that? 186 school?
186.
186.
186. So we're gonna talk to him about the kids, about running for school board, being black in Black History Month.
That's it. That's it.
We ain't gonna talk about them being Leos and getting on my nerves. That's another story.
And
But
then he can give y'all his recipe for rum punch.
If that's what y'all want, you can have it.
Rita, we not
My bad.
Hey, that's the Jamaican part. She didn't want. She didn't. You didn't. Well, we get to that part later. God bless.
right. She gonna have a man making jerk chicken and and rice.
Man,
Nah,
Rice
Rum
and
just the
punch.
peas, some
just the rum
cabbage,
punch.
some
She just want a
oxtail,
drink. She
That's
just
some
want a
I
plantain.
just
drink.
want some
and
rum
some
punch.
plantains.
I don't want
All
no
the-
meat patties, no beef patties.
Rita, roll it back.
Sorry.
Anyway, so let's get into this bio, cause when I first received it, I had to ask, why do you need another job? But whatever.
And what's the
S-
response?
It's non-paid, which is even which we're not gonna say what my response to that is.
Probably was
Yeah,
like, what?
right.
That mean he
So
doing it from the heart, people. He ain't getting paid for this.
he
And
ain't
I'm Jamaican. Jamaicans have multiple jobs, but we at least get
right.
paid.
But
This
when
is
y'all
this
hear
is
the bio,
unpaid.
y'all gonna think that he got he got too much going on. Anyway, Dr. Spurgeon Johnson is first generational Jamaican born in America. Born in America. He went to school at Morehouse, CSU, St. Xavier. He got a MBA and an MPHA. I don't even know what that is. What is the MPH?
MPH is Masters of Public Health.
Oh God. Okay. He's an ordained minister. He's prior military. He used to be a police officer. Um, he also is a what is this? He is now a comp controller and a CFO. He's the coordinator with Maryville Academy Assistant DCFS Children. He serves on multiple boards: Springfield Salvation Army Advisory Board, Board of Treasury, in the Garrison Group, a regional treasurer at the American Business Club of Illinois, Springfield, Illinois. And now he wants to be on the school board of the District 186 in Springfield, Illinois. You must got 28 hours in a day because
So let me help you out there.
he's
So
a
both
husband, a father, a granddaddy.
Yes.
Jesus. So
Yes.
You a
I
crossing guard too? You-
I know.
I'm
no,
just
it's cold outside. I'm this is Black History Month. I don't do
Yeah, it was chilly outside today.
yeah. So
Not here
I
though.
have the PhD in economics. I with AmBucks. So it's AmBucks. I'm the regional treasurer and American Business Club of Springfield. I'm a member. Uh, but you know, if we don't help these kids, I won't have my Social Security.
right. In the words of Whitney Houston, we believe the children are our future.
Amen.
Right.
All right.
I'll be real.
Well, that leads into
For
one of
real.
my questions.
right.
Hold, please. I was serious. I wrote them down.
Oh Lord, I need a drink for this.
No, they good questions.
Okay.
They professional questions. I got vetted for these questions.
Right. We had to make her change a couple just so we can help you out. We want you to win, not decline.
Or get canceled.
right.
You know what?
We
Don't
don't
get me
want you to get
canceled because
we
Right.
don't want
I'm.
you to get picketed because Rita want to ask.
We can get canceled immediately. So don't do me
Right.
right now.
I wasn't. That's why I wrote my questions down first, and then I got to my circle and like, hey, what y'all think about this question? Some got vetoed, and other was like, all right. Well, my mama said, what the fuck? Like, no. Don't you dare ask that. I'm like, fine. So my first question is, with all your jobs and you running for the school board, what are 3 key things that you're fighting to change in your district? Look,
Hmm.
see, you see that?
That's a good
That is
question.
true.
So
I got my serious glasses on.
so I guess part of that question is fighting to change. Um, well, one of the things is we learned some of this on today's. We have to be a one team community. I mean, the old African proverb, it takes a village to raise a child, right? And some of our schools may feel better than the other. Some may feel lesser than the other, but we still one team. That's a difficult thing. That goes everywhere from Chicago here, North Chicago, Zion. Y'all know Waukegan. Y'all know how it is. So
Right.
it's a difficult issue on how to make everybody feel on one team.
Yeah.
Because the schools that are more in the, urban areas, they get treated like projects. That's
Right.
Well,
part of the
You
problem. People
well,
feel like I remember growing up where people would, you know, lie about their address so they could send their kids to,
a better school.
a better school that's only 10, 15 minutes away. Like, it's outrageous that in a 5-mile radius that the quality of the schools could be different.
Well, when I was growing up, all right, um, we went to. My mom made us go to a learning center, so it was called Parker Child Parent Center. And when you went to a school like that, like it was a pre-K type program. When you go there, you had to get tested to get in. It didn't matter if you was black, white, whatever. All it mattered was what your scores were, right? And then I ended up scoring high and ended up going to a place called Decatur Classical School. Now, if you look up in Chicago, it's still like in the top 3 schools in the city. The problem was back in that time frame, and we talking about the late 70s, we had to get bused. So we were the first black kids to get bused out of the south side of Chicago all the way to the north side of Chicago. So your child have to wake up an hour and a half to 2 hours earlier than normal kids, catch a school bus, even in the wintertime, to go to a school that's not in their district or in their community base. And so here in Springfield is a little different. And I know we said 3 points, but we still on this first one. The way it is here, it is just not. And what Maxie said about the let's keep it real, the minority area.
Right.
It's not just minorities here. It's socio-economic. They look, the poor whites and the poor
Yeah.
blacks.
It's
We
true.
all in the same boat. Everyone is not rich. You
Right.
might have there's some that are 3 paychecks away from being on the street. There's some that's a half a paycheck being away from the street. And then there are some that are on the street, but mom is keeping them clean and everything else the best way she possibly can, or
Right.
dad is trying to make sure that he's working 3 jobs that are menial jobs to keep their kids in school and not be laughed at. I mean, let's keep it real.
Right.
Is the education is saying, I'm gonna be honest with you. Um, when I was at Decatur Classical, I learned Latin, French, and Italian. That's from
Wow.
1st grade to 6th. Here, they don't even have foreign language for elementary school.
Not till we get to high school.
Not till we get to high school, and then with high school, it's very possible that you'll learn a little Spanish.
Right. I know they do dual language now. Like, my nephew is in dual language, but that's only because he go to a charter school in the city.
Right.
And
And
that's totally
like,
different.
but in the public school, like the schools that my nieces went to, they weren't exposed to, from kindergarten to high school, you gonna be learning Spanish every day.
No,
That wasn't even an option.
and
Right.
it is not the teacher's fault. Let's
No.
let's put it that way. It's not the teacher's fault. It's not the parents' fault. It's the system totally, and how the states have so many requirements, but not the good requirements. You know what I'm saying? And then the school boards, you know, if you don't, look, If you're a school board member and you don't go to your school, you don't know your principal. You only know them by name. You don't know your kids go to the school and the principal, the teacher have only seen you once, and that was on the first day of school to make sure they had the good book bag and their clothes on. Then you a horrible school board member.
Right.
You a horrible. You only into this just for the title. Now, the second reason is you got to have a pipeline for these kids. All right, not all kids are good for college.
True.
Mm.
And
I
why are we
believe that.
sending most of our kids to college and they're going to be broke and can't pay back their student loans when they get the damn jobs when they get out, right?
Yeah.
So the pipeline for these high school kids have to be either get them prepared for college, get them prepared with a labor job, electrician, plumbing, the trades, and caveat to that, the unions can't screw around with them either. They got to accept these kids. I don't
Right.
care if they broke, they poor, they black, they Asian, they white. You got to accept them because they did what they were supposed to do, and you need to accept them. And then the third thing is, there's nothing wrong with the military. I'm prior military. There's nothing wrong with that.
You pushing every genre. You done did every he done did everything. So he know. He said you can go to the military, then you come out, go to college, and then you get you a trade. And then if you wanna, put some holy oil on the folks, you could do that too. That's what I'm saying. Like,
Look. If our kids are not successful when they graduate, and let's keep it real, every one of us have somebody in the family that is young, that is going to school whatsoever.
Mm-hmm.
If we do not keep them focused and force them to understand, and I say the word force, kids got to. I have not met one child that doesn't appreciate authority. They may not see it on the outside, they
Right.
bite, spitting, kicking teachers and all that stuff, but they appreciate that authority.
kids need structure. That's
They
why.
do.
If
Exactly.
they feel safe, when you have
Yes.
structure, you feel
Yes.
safe. You may not like being told to sit down. You may not like to be told be quiet, do your work, but structure make you feel safe. If they have that, they will continue and strive to be the best. That's it.
Well,
Uh,
let's touch on the point that you said in there about the teachers. How do you running for school board? So I'm sure we see it all over the news. It may be happening in y'all district about how these
Mm-hmm.
teachers can be safe. Because now it's like these students are attacking them.
Right. Because
Like,
it
do
was
y'all
just a teacher.
have
Yeah,
hold
it was just a teacher.
Rita,
Oh,
Rita?
sorry.
y-
I can't help it.
You know, family, y'all don't know, but the listeners know. Rita don't care. She like to interrupt me. That's her job. She don't never let me get my thoughts
It
out. She want to jump to TikTok. That's all she want to talk about. Is something she seen on
was on
TikTok.
Instagram this time.
Whatever. But like I was saying, it's been a lot of incidents lately where like I know I have a bunch of friends. Like I wanted to be a teacher. I always was telling people like when I get into my retirement age, like 60, I'm gonna go be a kindergarten teacher. But I think I'm gonna have to change that because I'm not feeling like they can't touch them back, and I'm just not
No.
with it. I'm just not with that. So when I learned that like because my cousin is a dean at a high school, he done got punched in the face by a kid. We'll let Rita tell her story of what she just seen with a teacher getting attacked, and it may be happening in y'all district too. We're gonna let Rita get her thoughts out so she don't cut you off when you answer the question. But um, have y'all been discussing like what y'all can do to keep the teachers safe? Because they underpaid as is, and then to feel like they're gonna be in fear of being attacked by the kids, y'all might have a whole bunch of teachers ready to quit.
Well, they already. I think this past school year, they already. A lot of states already had that problem. with a lot of teachers quitting, because I know here in Florida there was like 9,000 teachers short this year, so they really had to restructure even the classroom. But back to what I seen on Instagram, so it was one girl on.
Jesus Christ.
No, this one teenager, she started fighting her teacher and ended up breaking her leg.
Ooh, child.
And then you got the other teacher who was a first grader that brought a gun to school and shot her.
Yes. Yes.
See?
Who would even think that? 6 years old. Why are you so angry at 6?
It's a lot going on. Like
Yeah.
mentally, I think the
Yeah.
kids have a lot going on. And I know, like, in my generation, we was kind
Look,
of built
if you buck.
we was built for it tough. Like,
Yeah.
we all got bullied, we got talked about, we got teased about something in our lifetime, but we didn't up the pistol on the teachers. Now, I didn't go. I don't remember nobody fighting none of my elementary school teachers, and
At
some of them
all.
was mean as heck. Like, what is the discussions in the school board meetings
Back in the day,
about
they could fight back though.
Well,
You could
protecting
mess
y'all
around and catch a
teachers?
whooping at school.
yeah. Well, okay.
Rita almost caught a couple
Well,
from her teachers.
No, that
hey,
was Sandy's mom.
that was your
That
mama.
was my
Your
mom.
mama, yeah, that
She was
was.
still a teacher.
She was a teacher, but she
Yeah.
kept the
She
belt.
didn't beat
She,
none of the
she
other
kept the
kids in
belt.
her class.
Look, here- I,
You
do
sound
you,
like you feel some type of way. She didn't
I
beat
did.
none of the other
You know how
kids
good
in
her
hey,
husband
is
that
that is? Do you
But
have?
you have a special place in her heart though.
Jenny can love me that hard.
Look, she she'll whoop you and pray on you at the same time with some
Right.
oil.
I don't remember no prayers.
Look, look. I've been to a couple of board meetings down here, and they're more concerned about uniforms and equity with uniforms. Got to be at all schools. None of this have ever been brought up. Now, talking with some of a lot of the teachers and students. So I talked to both teachers and students. Like Maxie said, we built for tough back then. Now laws have changed. You gotta go with the time, right? No teacher should be bitten, hit, spit on, kicked, or anything like that. So we got to start
shot.
or shot, but you got to start.
That's terrible that you even got to say that.
Right,
Hey, it's terrible,
exactly.
but it's there. So since it's there, we got to, let's just go. Let's kick. Let's cut it up. If we chop this up in little pieces, the first thing you start off is at home. You can't blame the teacher for your child coming in biting and scratching and spitting on people. They learned that from somewhere.
That's
And if they
that
did,
gentle parenting.
and so now here, did you say what you
That's
said?
the gentle
That's
parent.
the
That's gentle
gentle
parent.
That's what
parent.
it'll get you. Yes.
Look, no comment. All I no comment. All I'm gonna say is, if you're going to make things better, again, it goes back to what we said before. It takes a village to raise one child. If everybody's not on board, then you're not going to have a good outcome. So
This is true.
parents just can't come to school and be like this. Why you touch my kid? When we were growing up, is what he do? I know what he do. And so, but our parents are no longer at a certain age. So my dad was in his 30s when he had me. I was 28 when I had my first. And so, oh yeah, I was 28. I was almost 30. And so, but now the parents are 16, 17, 18. They're not prepared for this. But since they're here, since the
And
babies
the
are here,
grandmamas is 36.
and grandma's 36 still at the club. So because they're already here, we need to have the parents more involved. And we have to have the parents in a talk. Look, your kid is bad. You know what? It's no need to even lie about it. You know, and you know what? If I'm not elected because of this, this is how I feel, and this is what the truth is. And people don't like to tell the truth. The truth of the matter is that the teacher, the parent, the administrator need to come together. Now, I missed out on a child. Why? Because it's a child. This child needs to stay in its place. If we don't show structure, then the children will control. This
Right.
is not about taking rights away from kids or anything like that. No, it's not. But what it is letting everybody know that all the adults need to sit at the table and say, "Hey, this is what's going on. What are we going to do to work it out?" And there's no right or wrong answer. It's only one answer. This is what we have to do. If we don't get along with it, then it is what it is. And guns and teachers feeling safe. Listen, when I worked at Maryville Academy as a coordinator, the difference is that we were able to put our hands on the kids. Now, not fight. Look at the Maxie face, not
What?
fight or anything like that. But because there
Where
were
is this
certain,
school?
Defend yourself.
yes, well, so what you would do is there's certain holds that you can use. So if the
Oh.
kid is going out of control physically, you restrain the child, not to hurt the child. You
But to
don't
get them to calm down,
Yeah,
basically.
you get them to calm down. We're not Mike Tyson the kids, but we're holding them and restraining them to the point that they're safe, that the people around them are safe, that the other children are safe. You can't do that in the schools, and that's
So
what it is.
y'all can't WWE the kid. That ain't y'all not doing
No,
that.
no, no. They weren't WWE in the kid, no. But what they were doing was restraining kids, and then while they're learning that, some of them was like this. Thank you for what you did. I mean, there are a lot of kids that have come out the system, and most of them were DCFS kids. Now, understand this. That was totally different than just dealing with the school district. We have broken homes. We have children that feel disgusted. We have children that don't know themselves. We have children that are feeling helpless. We have children that are homeless. We have children that are hungry. We have children that are hell. We have more kids that are killing themselves than when we did when we were growing up. They're
Definitely.
depressed.
Yeah.
They are hurt. And so the resources that we need, we don't have them. The teachers feel like they are mama, daddy, uh, teacher, therapist, uh, all of that above. We need those resources separately so that we can help the kids, so that A, the kids can learn. B, if there is a problem, the kids that want to learn have rights too.
Right.
They don't need to be disturbed. They don't need to,
They don't need the chaos.
the man, listen, it's there. Um, but in order to do that, everybody have to sit at the table. Even
Right.
Hmm.
grandparents.
There's a
And
lot of grandparents raising
it's a lot of
children.
grandparents. And
Yeah.
you know what? Some of these great grandparents that are old, because grandparents, like you said, Maxie, are
They
30, 40 years old.
36.
So
Yep.
great grandparent is like 60 watching the kids and they tired. Look, man, look, I done raised all y'all. I'm tired. You know what? This kid can do what the hell they want to do because I'm tired. And
Mhm.
you have that. And I'm not saying I blame them, but you brought this kid in the world. You need to take some responsibility. They do not have the thought process of that. And I'm not calling no one stupid or dumb, but the process got to be learned. And again, that tie back into everyone that is an adult have to sit at the table.
Right.
And we can't start in high school. Once you're in
No.
high school,
It's
it's dead.
too late. It's
It's
too
too late.
late.
We got to
Yeah.
start.
Once you get in sixth grade, it's almost too late.
We have to start in at 3 and 4 years old. We
I
have to
believe
start.
it.
We have to start there. We have to start in uh, daycare or pre-K. We have to start there because if you nip it in the bud there, when they get older, they're not going to depart from the good ways. It's simple. Start early, end better.
True. So siblings, I know it's just not happening here in Illinois. Everybody is having problems, issues, and concerns with these kids. Let us know your thoughts. You can drop us a sib note at our email at reginakidspodcast@gmail.com. Or if y'all want to talk to Rita, go and slide over there on on the Instagram and TikToks into the DMs where
You know,
she
for the
be
right
at
price. You know what I'm saying? For the right price.
at underscore Virginia
For the
Kids
right price. For the
Podcast.
right price. Oh, you're gonna get paid? Is that what it is? Okay.
Hey,
All
if
right.
I'm a snitch on you, it gotta be for a good price.
Rita,
It gotta be worth it.
ain't nobody said nothing about snitching. That just reminded me of something because I remember my niece's grandmother she used to be a paraprofessional, and I remember one year she was like, "Yeah, I'm working summer school." I'm like, "Well, what grade you working?" She's like, "Kindergarten." What? She was like, "Yeah, we got some school for kindergartners." I'm like, hmm. That's a bit rough for me. She was like, "No, it's just that a lot of people don't take that time with their kids when they're 2 and 3 years old to get them where they need to be by the time they get to be 4 and 5, and when they
Hmm.
get to kindergarten, people they don't know like they don't know their colors and their numbers and all of this stuff. Like it's a list that you could print out from anywhere that tell you that they got to be able to sit still for 10 minutes and pay attention.
Well,
Like
not to,
this is stuff that you got to teach them
not to cut
early.
you off, Maxie, but okay. Example: Mama is going to work. She worked 2 jobs. These kids aren't ready to be latchkey kids, and they don't know.
I was
So
a
they're
latchkey kid.
but these kids aren't. They not ready to be latchkey kids. They're not trained that way because their parents aren't able to train them. It's different when when
Yeah,
when we were
times
Well,
are really different.
times are
right,
different.
because they can't be latchkey kids nowadays. These kids getting snatched and everything else.
They was snatching kids when we
They were
was
snatching
growing
kids
up.
then, but
Yeah,
they
but
were giving them back. They
that
didn't want them.
ain't the same.
The kids were
It was
fighting.
hard,
We were
right?
hard back then. They kids. We were fighting back. We
Well,
weren't biting. We weren't biting and stabbing teachers. We were biting and stabbing the people that's trying. First off, you don't mess with that kid. That.
well, then too, and plus we didn't have the technology that they have now. Most of the kids, when we was walking home from school, we was walking upright, looking and seeing where we're going.
Yeah.
Most of these kids now they walking like this with their phone and their head down, don't know where they going, running in the shit. So
It,
they don't even know what's going on around them.
it's all about it's perspective. So when you when you get a kid, we it was look, man, when
Cause you
you have
talked about they running into shit. Like
It's look,
well well
it's
well
true.
well you if you the kids now are more focused on what's in their hand than what's in front of them. If okay, when we were growing up, we didn't have cell phones. We didn't have anything to distract us. So this is a distracting world. Everything here is distracting the youth. But what's distracting them is not always good for them.
right.
Okay. So then there come the parents that's supposed to say, hey, don't do this. But the parents aren't there. Now, I'm not going to put all the blame on just the parents. If you got to work and you're a single parent,
Yeah.
you're a single parent. You got to work. If you don't work, then y'all living out on the street. You get what I'm saying?
True.
It's a catch 22.
It is a catch
Mm,
22, and I feel like these
yeah.
kids come out knowing how to use electronics. Cause 5 years, hell, my nephew, it seemed like he was 6 months knowing how to FaceTime. He calls me to buy an iPhone. He ain't gonna leave me out.
But
I was not team iPhone, but then he was steady. I'm like, well, why is he FaceTiming all these people? She was like, he know how to press the button, and he just be holding the phone looking at you. I'm like, oh, let me switch.
but that's good.
let me
But that but
let
that's
me
good.
switch.
But
I
look,
need my call too. Now it's like he got the iPad. He just be calling like, I'll be like, what you want, baby Steve? Oh, I'm playing my game. Well, why you call me? you're in the corner. Like he'll put you in the corner of the iPad while he playing his game. I
Listen
can't
to
see the
Juice
game.
World.
But you know what? That's but
Right.
take it as a positive.
I do
So
take it as a
so so
positive,
so
but
now so now we
if
got to
if
get
he couldn't
babies,
say them ABCs back, it'd be a negative. I tell you that.
Right.
but we need to get baby Steve in a STEM program.
He already
There's
got
some
that
kids
charter
that are
school.
not that they don't really care about the cell phone. They care about maybe their fire truck, their little cars. Look, each child, they start off with whatever they like. We need to encourage them on what they
Yeah.
like. If your kid like to draw or have art, we need to encourage that. If your kid is running around and we thinking they need some medicine to be on the floor or something like that, no, they need to be in some type of form of class where they are doing dance, they're doing something that is physical. If you have a kid that's again on the phone, the STEM, there are multiple programs for the kids to be in that we can encourage them to be better. There's no reason why we're in the greatest country in the world, and I say that we are, and our kids don't act like that.
Right.
Those are
Do you,
facts.
do
There should
you
be no child here that can't do code. Not one. There shouldn't be. There should be no child here that says, "Hey, I don't want to be a doctor." When was the last time you went to the doctor's office and seen an American doctor? I'll wait.
what you mean American? I think my wait, I don't know. Let me
Uh huh.
see.
What's your doctor's name?
Uh, what's her last name?
I shouldn't say that.
No, you probably
Listen.
shouldn't.
Oh, listen. I'm Spurgeon.
This is Spurgeon Johnson for School Board District 186. He gonna tell the truth. I
If
was just
your
thinking.
if our okay, our daughter Kissy, Clarissa, went to a medical program at Southeast. Great program, great teachers,
Yes.
great help, and very supportive. And she's getting ready to go to U of I
In the med program.
in a med program.
Yes.
Now, she's an American and she's going to be a doctor. What I'm saying is I'm not being disrespectful to anyone else. What I'm saying is that our kids shouldn't be working at McDonald's, Wendy's, Burger King just because. If you're doing that while you're in high school so you can make a little cash so you can get your little knickknacks, that's fine. If you're in college and you work in that so you can get your little knickknacks or pay for, you know, because heat is expensive now. If you're gonna pay for that for your apartment, that's fine. But that shouldn't be their dream job because they can't get anything outside of that. That tie back into the pipeline. Our kids graduate from high school. Where they going?
They don't really they be lost. But I got a question. That makes me go back to what you said about it being a village to help get these kids where they need to go. How do y'all how do I say this? How are y'all trying to incorporate the parents? Because like you said, kids need that STEM program so you can develop the stuff that you know that they like. Because I could go back to me, like I wanted to be a background dancer for Janet Jackson. My mom thought that was the dumbest shit in the world. Like I'm doing
Control.
yeah, I'm doing I'm having my friends do all out like routines from the video, like 6, 7 hours a day. Rita was like, "Y'all is why are y'all following her? She's crazy." Like she got y'all rewatching and watching this video just so y'all could do the dance portion from the Think video. I mean the If video. And they got it eventually, but it took like 6, 7 hours. This was my dream. This ain't had nothing to do with them. This is me. They like, well, we want to hang out with her, and this is what she doing. Well, it is what it is. They sitting there all day watching me copy this video.
I,
Like, how do you get those parents that don't believe that that's something that a kid could do? It's just like how my mama told Rita she shouldn't do hair. Like, hair
Mhm.
was not um a career. Like that's a real trade, but the way my mama put it back in the day is like that's not no damn job. You can't get no real job. And then here we are, 15, 10 years later. oh shit, you could be a celebrity hairstylist. You could travel all around the world and do people's hair, or you could be a background dancer and get on tour with somebody and travel the globe. Like, how do you motivate these parents to encourage these kids at a young age when you see that, hey, they're really, really good at that?
Well,
Right.
I can actually say our son Trey, um, he loves football, but he wanted to be an engineer. And in my head, I was like, just well, you know, there's math, and he is great at it and everything else. We have to have parents I identify or learn how to identify their greatest asset. If you don't know what your kid's greatest asset is, and you know, parents as parents, only thing we think about is what we believe is best for our kids. All right. Once the kids get to a certain age, at 16, Trey already said, I'm going to be an engineer. All right. All right. I'm like this, whatever. But
See?
you know what I'm saying? I mean, because we're parents, we're like this, yeah, yeah, but take out the garbage. You know what I'm saying? But right now, he's in the Air Force. He's doing well. He's NIU engineering. I mean, the dude is doing good. We have to have confidence, and the problem is learning how to have confidence in our kids decision making once they get to a certain age. And let me repeat that, once they get to a certain age, because when you're 6 years old and you want to be a dinosaur, that's not going to happen, bruh. It's not going to happen. But when you get to a certain age, and it goes back, can we go all the way back to preschool and kindergarten? If we sit at the table then and we say, hey, this is what we noticed about your kid. These are the good, the bad, and the ugly. And then while they are marching through or matriculating through all of the classes that they have, and then once they get to high school, this exact pipeline will tell them which way they got to go. But during this process, the parents are learning and they're becoming more interested. They're becoming more fluent in what their kids are thinking, what their children are wanting, and then guiding them the proper way. The children are supposed to guide us. We're supposed to guide them. But once you get to a certain age, you know, parents are going to say what they're going to say. I mean, that's what
True.
parents do. But you have
Sometimes
to.
it's hard to tell parents about their kids. You know, some people don't like you telling them about their kids.
But see, again, that start back to when look. If you knew who your child teacher was in preschool and you did the march with your child matriculating through grammar school, elementary school, middle school, and now in high school and getting ready to graduate, you can tell your a teacher can tell the parent anything, and they can sit there and talk and say, hey, it is A, B, or C. Right now, parents don't trust teachers. Teachers don't trust parents, and nobody trusts the child. Nobody trusts that child. Nobody. And so
Nobody trusts the
nobody,
children.
nobody. You know,
Y'all
okay,
gotta trust the kids.
and nobody. No, okay. If okay, a child walks into a school with a gun, shoot a
Oh,
teacher. You
Here we
brought it
go.
up. Let's bring it up. You brought it up. All right.
I
I used to
didn't
be a
bring it up.
cop,
I
so
did.
yeah. I used to be a cop. You know, the first thing some people would say is, "Oh, what was the child thinking? Who did what with the child?" And then somebody else would say, "Well, hell, what did that teacher do to that child?"
That's what I heard.
Yeah.
That somebody said that to me. Like when we discussed it as a group. Like, I want to know, did the teacher do something to that kid? Because kids normally act out when something is happening to
Now,
them.
did anybody ask one the most important question? Is anything wrong with that kid? What we have
What?
found, what we have found out, anything. This is where we start back with the pipeline in preschool, kindergarten, or something like that. You can actually, if you're following your child step by step with the teachers and with everything else, you will catch certain things. Okay, you would catch missteps. You would catch problems. There's no way in the world you can't catch your child doing something that's crazy. If you see your kid out there uh, with a squirrel and twirling the squirrel by its doing all this and killing cats and stuff, you know that something's wrong with your kid, right? If your kid, come on, y'all, okay, everybody have one in their family. So
Not
if
in
you
mine. I didn't see it in mine on my mama's side. I
but
always shout them Normans out on my daddy's side. I don't
I don't have
know.
a comment at all.
but where I'm getting at with this is that again it goes back to the beginning. We have to. Uh, okay, the Bible says if you raise a child in the way they should go, that when they get older they won't depart. If we start from when they're young, we will catch if there's something wrong and if there's something right. And we work on that. Maxie, you ask, well, what do you do? What do parents do? Again, we have to start when they're young. And then whatever they like, whatever their passion is, we help them with their passion as long as it's within reason.
Mm-hmm.
As long as it's within reason. If it's not within reason, then no. If your kids say, I want to be an astronaut, all right, these are the things that you got to do. You got to learn math. You have to learn science. You have to be willing to go an extra mile and your physicalities. You gotta be able to
See,
do things.
I can deal with a kid saying astronaut. I can't deal with them saying they want to be Batman. That that right there.
Well, ask them a question. Why you want to be Batman? You want to be an investigator? You want to be a cop? What do you want to do?
See,
Well,
that's why you got all the PhDs and HBPs and all of that. Because my
Did
whole
she
well,
thing
say
is be like,
what's a HBP, Max?
I don't know what HBP is. I know
High
high
blood
blood
pressure.
pressure. Yeah, I got that too, Dr. Flack. I got that too. I got that too. That's why I'm on meds. But look, I'm losing weight, baby. I'm losing weight for that. But no, if you ask
oh,
a
you got to
child,
think outside the box with these new kids.
Mm-hmm.
They used
but
to ask us, "What do you want to be when you grow up?" It was the same thing: teacher, doctor, lawyer.
Scientist.
Nobody said scientist. Policeman, fireman. What scientist? Don't want to be no
well,
scientist.
you know
No.
what, kids actually will go gravitate to what they see the most and don't harm them the most or don't feel like they harm. One of the things is I don't like how our children feel victimized.
Mm.
Okay. Yeah, we black. This, you know,
No,
I,
what? We didn't know that. It's
I,
February. We
I'm
didn't.
the
We didn't.
darkest one here, but I'm just saying, I
It's
I
the
understand.
lighting. I'm close. No, because I've been working from home for 3 years.
Yeah, I'm
I'm almost
Are
a
you light
color
skinned
now.
now?
you're light
Good.
skinned. I'm almost the color of your sweater. I'm just saying.
Let me compare.
Rita.
You know what? The color of her glass frames. I'm just saying.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
But
She couldn't help herself.
I
but
couldn't. I've
here's
been
the
holding
deal.
it this whole time.
Our kids feel. I don't understand the concept of being victim. When I grew up, my dad again was from Jamaica. He didn't care what no one said. You're a person of color. You do the best you can. You make it the best you can. You do what you're supposed to do. People still not gonna like you by the color of your skin. People are not gonna like you by how you talk, how you speak, how you walk, what you wear. So, fuck them. Yes, I said it. I said it, and I
See,
meant it.
I didn't know that was the end of the speech.
He didn't say it like that. He said it in patois, but but that's what he said. The
You
last
almost, you
phrase,
almost,
Can I?
you
Can I?
almost repeated. No, you cannot, Rita.
and and he was straightforward. A lot of parents now are not straightforward. You know what I'm
Mm-mm.
saying? They're not doing what they got to do, and then that goes and tie into the you said the third three issues, and the third issue is tell our kids the truth.
Yeah.
Fact of the matter is, tell our kids the truth. Society, whether you black, you white, you you know what it is. It's either you poor or you rich.
And majority of us land in the poor. Just let's be
So,
honest.
and
Because what's
what
considered, what do people consider to be rich? Like, let's be honest. What's rich? Because majority of Americans, I had this conversation with my friends. I remember growing up, like we got out of high school, we went into the trades, not because that's just what we wanted to do, but it was kind of forced. So we all kind of, I was a CNA and a activity aide, and we was going to college and we were doing those type of jobs, and we was like stuck at $11 for a long time. And then
stuck
we
at
got
Mm-hmm.
up to we got up to $13, and it was like the goal is to make $20 an hour. Like
that and that what
you
now
get to $20, it's like we in it, like we rich. We
what what
rich.
what what but
Well,
what
you
time
was
frame was
rich.
that? Was that
Right.
This
was
is
that the
90s.
80s, the 90s?
This was like early 2000s, 90s. Now
Okay.
Late
$20,
'90s, early two.
now $20 is what? Like, I know plenty of people making like $50,000 a year, and it's like that's poor. Honestly, like they not able to. They doing check to check. $40,000 the $40 to $50,000 a year is like check to check. Like people can't survive. I know I seen this girl one time make a post like, I don't know how people surviving if they ain't making six figures. I wanted to say, heifer, who, everybody ain't making that. People ain't even close to that. Like you said, $100,000, then everybody would be like, "Oh, okay, I could pay my bills, and maybe we can go out to eat sometimes." You and your man and your husband and your kids, y'all might can do a dinner.
Well, I you know what?
With everybody ordering off the kids menu.
No, Rita, Rita.
I didn't get this healthy from
Contrary to
kids.
what you believe, restaurants don't let you do that no more.
No.
Damn.
I
If
I
you ain't
say,
got no kids with you, you cannot order off the kids menu.
look, the middle class have shrank, and that's a fact.
It
Um,
ain't no middle class. It's either you're poor or you're rich.
well, there's a middle
Ain't no
class.
middle.
The middle class are
It's the working
individuals.
class.
It's the working class, the higher up
Meaning,
working class.
meaning you got a job.
No,
You got a job.
that right there. Just because you have a job, a job, that doesn't mean that you are
Right.
middle
That's
class.
the
That
that's the work. No, I'm saying that's
even
the
even
working class.
even
You got a
even
job.
even what was it? Good times. Evans
Oh,
had
sweet
about
Jesus.
3 or 4
Those times
jobs.
were not good times.
They
You
had
know what?
he had
There was
jobs.
nothing in that show
Hell,
that was a
and you
good
know
time.
what?
Not nothing.
That's why we don't want our kids to have jobs. We want them to have occupation, something that
A
listen.
career.
This career,
Did
if
he
you
bring Florida into it?
yes, well, I didn't bring Florida. I brought James Evans,
He
but
could not catch a break,
he,
Jesus.
but
Just could not
but
catch
listen,
a break.
listen. All jokes aside,
It is
if
Black
it,
History Month. We could
it
talk
is
about black sitcoms
yeah, black sitcom. I mean,
that
but
that they made to depress the shit out of you. All me and all my family living in the projects, struggling.
Talk about
straight.
good times.
That's what I wanted to watch. That's what I wanted to watch. My life on TV. No. That's why people, not to bring them up, but that's why people love the Cosby Show.
Yes.
Yes.
Well, because it showed a father that was a doctor, a mother that was a lawyer, children that acted crazy, and
Yeah, but they
just a
wasn't
normal life.
struggling. They
weren't
It was
wasn't
a
struggling.
mother
struggling.
and a
So
father.
so
Both of them had
that's
good
middle.
jobs.
That's middle
In a
class.
brownstone in New York.
Yes.
Right. That
Oh,
is considered middle class. Now people would say no,
Right.
that's middle class. Wealthy is when we lost Maxie.
What just happened?
just give her a sec. She gonna come back.
Okay.
Keep talking.
Well, wealthy is when your child is able to make wealth through themselves for their generation that comes after them. Okay. And schools, we, there's nothing taught. You remember back in the day, they taught home ec, right?
Yeah, they taught home ec.
All right.
Yeah.
So, but in that's not true economics. We need to
Right.
teach our children finance. We need
Yes.
to teach them accounting skills. Okay.
Do you know, like, but not even just that. Do you know it's a lot of kids nowadays that don't even know, like, the different units of money
The,
because everybody's so stuck on a debit card.
well, you know what? The debit card is the devil.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now, here's the deal. You have a debit card, you're using your cash, right? You use your cash and you purchase something. What have you gained? You received something off of the cash that you had, right?
Right.
Our society is based upon credit. You cannot build your credit if you're using a debit card, right?
Not at all.
So why the hell are we teaching our kids, hey, this debit card is your end all or be all? No, because the banks are making money off every transaction you make off the debit card. Okay. But if we teach our kids, hey, your credit is starting now. You use the credit card, you purchase your item, but then you don't purchase anything that you cannot afford. Then you pay off that debt off the credit card right then and there. A lot of us wasn't taught that until we got old. If we teach our
Right.
children now,
Mm-hmm.
then by the time they reach the age of 30 and 40 years old, they have now created wealth, having property, having ownership, having things for themselves. The school system, and again, let me go back to this, the board has failed our children. This is 186. They failed our kids. Why? Because it is a board that is supposed to review and give advice and consent to what the district is supposed to do, and the district is supposed to teach our children. Yes, our children have behavioral problems. Yes, blah blah blah. But it strictly using the term pipeline, finance, economics, accounting. Again, our children, whether they black, white, poor, wealthy, Hispanic, Asian, poor, wealthy, doesn't matter. We have to teach all of them how to create money, how to create wealth, how to
I just came
create.
up with your campaign slogan.
Go
Here
ahead.
she go.
I wait.
Yeah.
I'm ready.
What is it, Rita?
Spurgeon Johnson. No, sorry, my bad. Dr. Spurgeon Johnson for school board. He's here he's here to get your kids ready. Dang, I forgot how I go now.
Damn, that was long as hell.
Yeah.
It was. But hold on, let me
This is why
remind.
Rita is not running siblings. This is
Yeah,
why.
that's why I ain't running. No, here you go, here you go, here you go. He go because the thing is it's about you trying to get the kids. It's better for our kids to be ready and not have to get ready. That's what it's supposed to be. That's what it's gonna say. Dr.
Yeah, yeah,
Spurgeon
yeah.
Johnson.
You know what?
Okay.
If
Don't want your kids to get ready. They gonna be ready by the time they get out of this district.
And you know what?
So get that to your
By the time to get
put
rid
that
out of the
to your.
district. She's basically saying get them the hell out the district.
Well, if
And,
they're learning and thriving, they will get out.
well,
No,
yeah,
what I'm saying is
well, look, hold on,
Well,
hold on.
well,
Hold
there
on,
you
hold on.
have it.
That is the goal.
The goal is to get our kids ready and everything else,
Yes, if
and
they're
not just to pass them out.
No, if they're
right.
and they're thriving,
So
they
the
will get out.
kids can be ready and not have to get ready by the
Rita,
time they're out of this.
I'm gonna need you to get that slogan together.
Right, when you rework it. You know, you
I
got
just
great
gave it
marketing
to you.
skills.
You got to figure out the rest of it, but it's the be ready instead of getting ready. So
You
you
know
give it to your campaign
who's your
manager.
favorite? Who's your favorite U.S. senator? That who's your favorite U.S. senator that give the
Don't be
great?
here. You gonna have the people judge.
Hey, listen. This
You know what?
even though this is Black History Month,
They
even
already
though this,
probably judging me. What's
hey,
his
listen,
name? Cruz? Not oh hell no, not Cruz. Kennedy. What's
yeah,
his name?
from Louisiana.
Yeah. Is this
So,
Ted Kennedy?
so, listen.
He
The,
came.
the
He said, "If you don't like the police, go get a crack. Next time you in trouble."
listen.
He tired of y'all avocado eating, goat milk drinking. Oh shit!
Listen.
I'm gonna have to go watch more
You
of
know,
his clips.
sometimes he say things that people may not appreciate. But what
No,
you have to,
but I was feeling when them gas prices went up. He was like, "What I'm supposed to fill my car up with? Dog piss, angel dust, unicorn urine." I was like,
you know, yeah, that's
I was
Kennedy. That's Kennedy
feeling
from Louisiana. Yeah, and but you know what? You know
She
what?
just liked it because he said unicorn urine.
Oh, but then he said, well, how he was like, with how high gas prices are, he better off smoking crack and running to get there. I said, wait,
listen,
Wow.
listen. He, but
Our
I,
first politics show just went real.
you know what? Sometimes you gotta take it for the grain of salt, but you gotta look at what he's saying. In actuality, he's saying, "Look, I have a right to say what the hell I want to say,
for the
True.
people in the back,
and you're not going to
like
stop
me.
me." Yeah, well, you know what? But you're not going to stop me from what I'm saying. And you know, we all have handlers. I have handlers. My my campaign manager
You
was
definitely need
just
a handler.
he was just calling, but we all have handlers. Now, sometimes we may go off the rail because I'm used to going off the rail. I need to be reined back. Tanya knows keep reining me
Because he's
back.
a
He a
Leo.
Leo.
He's a Leo. All the Leos in
But
my life, you got to kind of tap that right shoulder. Hey, come on. Come
Maxie,
on.
my
but
handler.
but
Come on, come on back.
come back,
Come
come
on
back,
back to the light.
come back to. Hey, look, Poltergeist was real. I'm just saying, you have to accept a few things. One, we have to tell our children the truth. You gotta be open and honest. The teachers. We have to tell the teachers the truth. Open and honest. Look, at this point right now, the board failed you.
Mm-hmm.
In 186, we have 30 or more teacher positions that are open, right? According to statistics, we have over 55 to 60% of minority kids in our school district. Okay? Take that number.
Mm-hmm.
But we have only 11% teachers that are minority.
Oh, that's one of my questions. Hold on, let me go to my phone.
I'll be quiet.
So
Let me
that
ask you.
was really one of my questions. Outside of like, what are you gonna do to help teachers get more pay in your district? But one of my questions was about actually the the minority. So like, what are y'all gonna do to make your district a little bit more appealing to bring in those minority teachers so that those minority kids can have, representation, because they want to, sometimes in order to inspire, you have to see yourself in those type of positions.
Well, right now, if there's only 30 teacher spots that are open, you just can't just say, hey, all Black and Asian people just going to get the spot. You just can't do that. That's just, no, we need qualified instructors, qualified people to take those positions.
Of course.
Now, what the board can do is ask, when they hiring people, well, how many of them were minorities? Where did you go to get these new hires? And did you go to institutions, educational institutions that are pushing out minority teachers, staff, whatever? Okay, so we have a right to ask that. The board never asked. If they did ask it, I don't remember seeing it on their YouTube page when they have board meetings, and I go to some of them, a few of them here and there, but none of those are asked. So being on the board, when I'm elected, I'm going to ask those questions. The second thing is I'm going to ask HR, where the hell are you going? Are you just putting stuff on the web, just saying, hey, we got a job?
Right.
Who does that?
Well, I got an idea for y'all, but y'all can pay me later when you get elected. Y'all got a whole college in Springfield. I'm sure there's some
well, you know what,
the minority teachers that's going over there that y'all could kind of partner with to get them into that district.
But that's not where you only go. See, and if that's what they're doing, and sometimes that's what they may do, you have to actually go outside of your comfort zone.
True.
Okay, there are some schools that are out there that produce a huge amount of minority teachers, a huge amount of minority, even criminal justice for cops. You have a few of them that are out there that does it. But are we going to them? Are we telling them, hey, look, we have a decent wage, decent location for you to go. You don't hear shootouts and everything here in Springfield. Hell, it's quiet, it's clean. It's a lot. We have
might
to
not
stay.
be giving them enough incentive to want to come there.
Here's the deal. Chicago make pretty decent money, but I don't want to work there. Okay, that ends that. So the incentive is being in a safe environment where you can raise a family, you can do, whatever you want.
You might can raise some goats and chickens out there. It's a little country to me, but
I like baby goats. Baby goats.
Rita, we not finna talk about your baby goats from TikTok, okay?
Man, look, I'm ready for some oxtail if that's where you would go. No, I said okay, but what I'm saying is
did you just
we
get
have to
hungry?
Go. Yes, I am. We
Boy, y'all lunches and that school board when Spurgeon elected. It's going up.
We have rice and peas and goat.
The school budget is going up. The mayor is
at least we're not.
We're not need a real meal.
Well, we're not like other schools where they steal chicken wings. We're not gonna go there. But
oh God! Oh my God!
That was funny.
That was funny. But
you stole chicken wings.
How she put them in a $300,000 deficit because she was stealing the chicken wings.
He stole $1.5 million worth of
chicken wing. Man,
the kids don't even eat chicken wings because there's bones in them. Look, that's a whole different subject.
That's why the Heralds didn't ever go. Let me stop. Okay.
But you can go anywhere to select qualified instructors. Hell, colleges do that just for people to come into their schools. We can do that to hire individuals. I think we have to look at our HR and find out what they're actually doing, how they're doing it, and what does not need to be corrected and what do need to be corrected. You don't need to recreate the wheel, but what we can do is make the wheel better. You feel what I'm saying? So,
I believe
you know,
that because as an author, I was just asked to come speak to some kids at the school for Black History Month. And her main reason for inviting me is that I didn't feel like I didn't feel like I was there yet. Like I was successful. I'm not there yet. To me, I'm still in the groundwork and process. But she said, no, Maxie, we need Black and brown kids to see people from where they're from look the way that they look, doing
Representation.
something
Yes.
doing something great. So, I was honored. So I'll be
that's
doing that this month during Black History Month.
Maxie, that's a good thing.
Going to
Yes.
speak to
But
the
and
children
then
about the
and,
books.
and then for them to see
Here she go.
you. No, but
I'm
look,
talking about Rita with these snaps. Come
look.
here.
Hey, look. It's not poetry, but it's okay. It's okay. But what I'm saying is, if you have a kid um, that want to be in the literary arts, I want to be a writer. I want to be able to, maybe a speech writer, or just want to write a book, or be able to do things. Hearing you and your testimony will help them strive to be best. Again, these are things that our children need to listen. Listen, 186, my
Hey, I'll
district.
come out to 186 too. If y'all need me to.
Come on out. Sub district. My sub district is sub district 3. Uh, it's not a wealthy district. Okay, they say mean things about not only the Black kids but the poor white kids too.
That's crazy that it's not a healthy district and y'all the capital of Illinois.
Hell, is Washington D.C. healthy?
Right, it's the capital of the United States.
That never mind. White House is surrounded.
You know, I can
Never
easily
mind.
snap back. Let me do. I can easily snap back. I'm very good at that. But
That
you
is
know,
that is true. The White House is surrounded by the projects.
so let's the the focus with 186 is we have a huge disparity. Okay, our board has 7 members, right?
Mm-hmm.
Let's do the math. I'm bringing the calculator. I don't need to do it. I can save 16% in my head, but let's do this.
That boy's smart.
If you have 7 board members, right? And pull your calculators out. If you have one board member that is Black.
Just one.
Let me
How many women y'all got on that board?
1, 2, 3. One I'm running against.
Let them put that out there.
Uh, I'll put that out there. One I'm running against. 2 are running unopposed. Out of that 2, one is Black.
Okay. I'm just making sure y'all got the equal rights for all of us during Black History Month.
I don't think we do.
I take
I don't-
one Black man and one Black woman.
So
They got him right. They got you running against the Black one.
no, I
Oh,
wouldn't have done it. I
But
wouldn't have done it.
that's
you
dope to know.
Let me explain this to you, and I'm going to be real because this is going to go on my Facebook, whatever, and people can get mad with me or whatever. But I'm a man from the very beginning, and I don't give 2 fucks on what people think about me and how my philosophy is on this. But what I'm not, unless I'm not running against someone that I know is doing a good job.
no.
Period. Black, white, Asian, Hispanic. If they're doing a good job, I'm not running against them. Okay? So that answers that question.
He low key shot some.
I low key
Right.
shot at a whole lot of shit right there, right? So
So what you're saying is,
Rita,
okay.
Rita, Rita.
They ain't
I'm
doing a
not
good job.
running. I'm not running against anyone that's doing a good job. Hence,
Right.
the black lady that is on the board is not who I'm running against. Now, if you have over 50 plus, close to 60% of your population of being minority of color, Asian, black, uh, Indian, all of that put together, you have a 7 board members. There's 7. One is black. One is the only minority. That's 14%. You need a bare minimum of 3 just to try to make it look good.
Right. Because you need people who understand. Because, the black experience is an experience in all facets. So we need at least 4 people. Somebody who came from the hood, somebody who grew up in a 2-parent home. We need all of it. We need all of that on there so they can understand what the kids need. Because you're not gonna y'all need to put some diversity on y'all board.
Well, we have we have
Exactly.
we have Asians in the school. We have no Asian board member. We have Hispanics in the school, and we have no Hispanic board members. In the last 2 years, they have appointed people on the board. Okay, they appointed them.
Do you mean a point by they just pick somebody up off the street randomly?
Yeah,
Okay.
maybe not randomly. I won't say that because you just not, things aren't random.
Right.
Okay, so some people treat this as politics. Okay, so you had 2 years. 2 years ago, you appointed more than one person on the board, and not one of them was a person of color.
Mm.
Mm.
What were their qualifications to even be on the board?
Right.
One of them I'm running against. No qualifications. And I dare to ask any one of them, when did they ever go to the schools? Have anyone even seen one of these board members go to the schools?
Do they have kids in
I
the
wait for it.
district? Do they have kids in the district?
Yeah. Some of these schools, I've went to them. And some of them said, who is our district, our sub-district board member? Oh, that person? No, I
You
haven't
haven't
seen that
seen them.
person. Or they probably come and bring them the kids on the first day with some nice colored jeans or whatever the case may be. Whatever. You know what? If you have kids or you don't have kids, a board member shouldn't be restricted just for a person to be a person with children. Okay?
Right.
Because you live in a community. It takes a village to
Right.
raise a child.
Right.
Okay?
There's bonus parents out here struggling with these kids too.
Yes.
Right.
So
Facts.
Reaching.
facts. So
Reaching.
so
Calm
so you
down.
so you do not have to
You triggered?
you don't have to birth a kid, you don't have to adopt a kid to just be a concerned person to
Mm-hmm.
be on a board for the children. But I
Right.
dare
You just gotta
say
have passion to care about
that's
these
it.
Exactly.
kids.
But I dare say this, if our graduation rate in one black school, majority black school, is 55%.
Mm.
Another school that's a little less, but has a huge majority of people of color at 60 something percent. And a school that have more well-to-do individuals at 81%, something is the hell wrong.
This is true.
Okay. And you can't blame all of the principals for it if the kids are not coming to school, right?
Yeah.
Hence, everything leads back to the pipeline. It goes all the way back to preschool, kindergarten. All the adults are at the table, and all of the adults set up. When you do it, when you create an IEP for a child, all the adults have to be there. Well, hell, we don't have to wait for an IEP, or the kid may not need an IEP. All the adults just need to be at the table. We all need to work together. If we
Yep.
don't
Y'all
work
gotta be
together,
on the same page.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? If we don't, then we just want our kids to fail, and we tell them, well, you know what? Hopefully, you make the best.
Yeah,
See
but
you
we're
when I.
not gonna do that with the kids because we got Dr. Spurgeon Johnson running for
Come on
school
with.
board,
Hey.
District 186. He trick love the kids.
He
Hey,
gonna get them ready so they don't have to. They gonna be
Bring-
ready, so he got to get them ready.
I can't.
I got.
you go get it.
Get it, girl. We
Get
know
it,
you
get it.
been.
Do it
One
again.
more
Do it
Yeah.
time.
again. Do it again. Do it again. Do it again. Do it
Come on,
again. Do it
Rita.
again. Do it again, Rita.
Rita, you
Rita, do
got
it again.
another question for Spurgeon?
Well,
Yes, you
first
did.
of all,
Here she go.
he gonna get them ready so they don't have to be. They gonna be ready so they don't have to get them ready. I'm gonna write it down and then we gonna work it out. But no, my last question that I have is that well, one is this been like a super great interview. I'm glad people got to see major parts of your personality that we get to experience all the time. But what is something that you want the people to understand about you and really know in reference to your campaign and what pretty much what it is that you stand for?
Well, I stand for a couple of things. One, village pipeline for our kids to get ready. And
He
last,
said, "Get ready."
you know what? You know what? You didn't copyright it. And last but not least,
We definitely all about ownership. So
we definitely about ownership uh, for board members to be available. So,
Mm.
we can't just. Y'all remember this? I'm gonna put it in this perspective. Do what I say, not what I do.
yeah, and I always did the opposite.
Yeah, well,
Yeah,
Max, we can't
that's
we can't we can't win them
I'm
all.
sorry. I'm
But
sorry. I'm sorry.
but
I'm sorry.
but
It it's the
you can't,
rebel in
right.
me.
But you can't be a board member and say, "Hey, this is the rules," but you don't go to the schools. You don't make yourself available. You don't. At least every quarter, there's 2 quarters in a semester. There are 2 semesters in a year. You can't even go to the school four times. And I'm really pulling myself back from using non-King English, but I'm just saying because I can't use demonstrative language or some colorful adjectives, but that would be unacceptable. I know. However,
He's struggling with that, guys.
I'm
He's
I
struggling.
am because you said y'all know
That's
me,
that
and
passion, girl. That's
uh,
that passion.
but you cannot be a true person that will help not only the children. And here again, the board is not about just helping children. I think we fail to realize that, again, back to the village. If you don't help the parents, if you don't help the children, and you don't help the teachers, you don't help the administrators. Let's not forget about them. You know, they have to go home with all of the problems that their teachers are going through, the complaints, the anger, the children, everything else, and then try to figure out a way to work it out. And then there's no board member that come and talk to them and say, "Hey, what can I do to help? What can we do to solve a problem?" But the only thing we can talk about is, uh, well, the city game was really nice. We had more, more people there, or basketball or football or whatever. And I'm sick and tired of our kids having to be chosen to be the best football player, the
Yeah,
best
they
basketball.
trophy kids.
I'm sick of that. Our kids can be STEM kids. Our kids can be, into medicine. Our kids can be into coding and computer and into anything they want to be, into dance, into theater, you know. Why is it that our children are not creating plays? Why is it that our children are not writing novels like Maxie? Why is our children not doing things on TV or just uh, specifically in type of media like Rita? We cannot have our children handcuffed because we are too stupid to see that we are dumb. Okay, let's fact. That's fact. I know this is going on the web. I know this is going everywhere.
It's definitely
Hey,
going everywhere, everywhere.
it's
That's
going
Meaning
everywhere. So you
everywhere
know
you
what?
can listen to your podcast. Apple, Spotify, Amazon. We definitely will be on YouTube. Spurgeon's information will be in the show notes. So even if y'all ain't in Springfield or you know somebody in Springfield, if you want to comment at the Virginia Kids Podcast at gmail.com, because this is universal. It's not just
mm-hmm.
here in
Right.
Illinois, it's everywhere. Like, we really want to press the issue for these kids
And you know what?
to
So
I'm
they
to
can
cut you
be
off.
do.
ready, so they don't have to get ready. Oh, I did it.
You
You
did it.
did
You
it.
did it.
Yes.
And you know what, Maxie? One more thing. Parents need to press. Teachers need to press. Uh, we can't sit back and be lax. If your school board is full of shit, you got to let them know that's what they are. It's it, you know what?
And
I,
you can't say they full of crap if you ain't participating, because
If you ain't
that's
there to
it.
know.
I
That's
know
it. Don't
here
complain if you're not putting in.
I know here where I'm at locally. I just recently seen that, they were doing parent teacher conferences, and they had a school board meeting, and one of the ladies was upset that there was no parents there to participate, but then you moan and complain that, oh, your kid's school sucks or it's overcrowded. Because I know when I was in high school, when our school started to get overcrowded, we did a walkout.
Well,
We did a walkout because it was overcrowded and we was tired of sharing books. So I guess I've been rebelling for a long time, but
but you know what?
that ain't it.
That's the same thing as voting.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's the same thing as voting. Okay, you cannot complain if you have a right. Let's be if you have a right to vote. If you can vote, then you should be voting.
True.
Okay, and there's no reason that no one is voting. I have no care of what one's philosophy is on voting. If our forefathers were raped, stolen, cotton picking, and we don't even talk about the pharaohs, the kings, the queens in Africa. We don't talk about any of that. We just talk about, hey, we were cotton pickers. We got some freedom here. You got to keep your freedom papers on you when you go around with your license and all that stuff, and hopefully you don't get beat up by like Tyree was. Well, I'm tired of all of that. If our kids can learn from preschool, you can be the best that you can. Your parents are there, your aunties, because y'all two are aunties,
Yes, we are. We call
and
it gang gang.
I'm
Auntie
a
gang.
muntie.
well, yeah, are you aunt? Yeah, but we all
Rich
are.
is a muntie.
I'm a
But you have to
She a
be a
mama
part
auntie. Just for the
of
people
their
who don't
life.
understand what a muntie is, because nobody knows what that is.
But you have to be
Auntie is
a
a
part of their
mama
life.
auntie. That's what she is.
So, you know, we appreciate this.
Yeah.
This
My
is
last
part this
question for
actually
you.
this is part one. Because part two, we're gonna let Rita loose.
Oh God, no.
really.
We
No
let you
God.
loose, Rita. Because guess what? Guess what? The fact of the matter is we both like the truth, and sometimes our mouth is not
Reckless.
no,
Extra.
I just no, our mouth is
It is
reckless.
reckless.
But
Very, very.
very reckless. But
But before
sometimes
we
we're
end
not.
part one, my last question for you, Spurge, is this: what are your thoughts? I don't know what your district is doing as far as, lately everybody been pushing mental health. Is there something that you guys are doing to Incorporate that into your school districts, not just for the kids, but for parents, teachers, administrators, um, school board members. Cause you got a lot of jobs, bro. It got to be some self care in there somewhere.
Well, I know that the district does have things for the children. I'm not on the board yet. I will be on April 4th after the election.
Y'all heard them.
But
You
it
heard.
is it is it
Yeah, heard.
it is part of my uh, want to make sure that we have or that we can hire mental health professionals for the teachers to go to. Now, I do know that the district does have the ability to have the teachers to go to certain uh, hospitals or locations if they have some issues to talk to a therapist or something like that, and it's part of their health plan. Okay, but you know, some people feel like they can handle it.
True.
Can't. Okay, uh, it is the responsibility of the board to make sure that we oversee the health, the welfare, the care of not just the children, but of all of the staff, from administrators on down to just our cooks. You get what I'm saying? And then we need to not just uh, work from top to bottom. We actually need to work from bottom to top. The cooks go through things too,
They do.
and if we don't listen to them,
They
we
need to
damn
make that
sure not going
food
to listen to the teachers.
right. They
And
need to
we,
make that food with love.
yeah. So if we do not care for, what did you say? If we don't care for the little one, we're not going to care for anyone else.
Right.
So you have to work from bottom to top in order to get things right. It's just bottom line. And nobody even talk about them. Nobody talk about the poor security guard that got to catch the kid running down the hallway after cussing him out and stuff like that. Or what did you say, Maxie? The y'all did y'all walk out
Yeah, we
with
did a
20?
walkout.
You know what? Let me tell you something. Anything with more than 25 kids, 20 kids is just is enough, but 25,
Yeah, we did a walkout because
you
we
know.
was sharing. We was sharing books. Like you couldn't even take the books out the classroom. That was a problem for me. I need my books to come home with me.
But see, now it's different. We talked about, like Rita talked about, the kids looking down and walking into things. I didn't curse. Okay, I didn't. I'm proud of myself for that one moment. But they did not.
That
We
one
can put
moment.
that one moment. We can put books electronically, in which we do here at the district. We do.
Oh, y'all fancy.
Well, COVID helped with that.
Yeah,
COVID was a problem because some of these kids didn't learn very well during COVID. But
true.
it also allowed us to have a technological advance so that our children can have the books online, which technically, as you know, an electronic book is much cheaper than a paper book.
It definitely is.
So if
Say
it
trees.
Right. With
so
that being said, my books that are on Kindle are only $2.99 versus the $25. Just FYI on Amazon.
so
Shameless plug.
but if we do that, all our kids are on their phones. All our kids are on their iPads or their notepads or whatever the case may be. They can read that way.
True.
Keep them occupied. You know, our kids don't they what keep them occupied, and force the labor unions to hire them. There's no reason why they're doing work on our schools and not one damn child in our district that wants to go into some form of labor, be an electrician, be it a plumber, be it a pipe fitter. are not working for them or don't have an apprenticeship. That is wrong. That is totally wrong. I care less on what their feeling is. I care less on what they think I am. But if you want somebody to support you, you damn well better support our children. If you don't, it's your ass. That's all I feel. That's how I feel.
Drop the mic.
I got
Well, we're
got a
going
glass. I can't drop that
Oh,
because
please don't.
I said the mic. I said mic. Mic.
here on the Virginia Kids podcast. Before we end the show, we always ask, what is your sib note of the day, which is something that you want to leave the people with before we end the show. Rita, I'm afraid to ask, but what is your sib note of the day?
I'm gonna stick with my slogan that I want Spurge to have. Get ready so you don't be ready so you have to get ready.
Say it again now, because you messed it up.
Oh my bad. Be ready so you don't have to get ready when you leave his district.
Okay. Spurge, is there anything you want to leave the people with?
uh, love yourself, your children, and each other. Don't forget
Go
God.
ahead,
But
Sandy.
I know we're not supposed to do that in the school district. But you know what? I'm old military, God, family, and country. So yeah.
Okay. And before we leave, I just want to say thank you, Spurge. Like, you really, this is Black History Month. Rita, stop with the snaps, please. Jesus Christ. It's Black History Month. We got a strong, educated Black man on here running for District 186 School Board.
Whoop whoop.
Spurgeon Johnson, Springfield, Illinois. If you don't know Spurge, you know now. We love you. We appreciate you.
I love y'all too.
And
We
hit my
honored
DMs. Hit my DMs if you want him to marry y'all.
Rita.
Cause he's ordained.
Here we go. Anyway,
Hey, eggs like $16. Everybody needs some extra money.
This, you know what? I was about to not.
No, don't.
God bless you, Rita. God bless
right.
you. God bless you, Rita.
I just want you to know that we love you. We appreciate you. We proud of you. You
Very proud.
are. Shut up, please, Jesus Christ, Rita.
I give you your ad libs, girl.
You're a great representation out here of a strong Black man. And you wouldn't be nothing without my cousin having your back.
Boom! Come on with the snaps, Rita.
Rita didn't give the snaps on that, but
Come
there she go.
on.
There she go. There she go.
If y'all don't know, y'all better get you
I
one.
thought, hold on. First of all,
It's a,
we like it to have it laid on thick. So I thought she was gonna give it a little bit more. You know what I mean?
I was trying to get there. I was about to say,
Okay.
if they don't know, they better get them one. It's one of
Right.
them.
Your
One.
fine ass wife.
It's one of them Norman girls. I'm trying to tell you. Somebody better let them know. It ain't too many of them left out here. So I don't know.
Right. Right.
They a lot
Rare
of them. A lot of
find.
them taken.
Rare
There's only
find.
a few of them left.
Hey, you ain't talk about those guys over the Normans.
We
Oh,
talking about
we
the
love
girls.
the Norman men. We love
We
them.
talking about the girls.
Right.
Not us right now. We'll get to them on the next on the
On
next
part two.
on part. That's a different type. That ain't got nothing to do with the
Hey,
That's
school
all
board.
going in. No, we putting that in the book. They need to buy that.
Who right?
hey, listen. This podcast should be sold because
We love y'all.
we love
And
you.
thank y'all.
We
Why you
love you.
Oh,
trying to sell us?
Huh?
Rita, shut up. Anyway, my sim note of the day, family, is this. Y'all know I'm on the if y'all catch my Instagram, my Facebook, or my TikTok, February is officially Love Month. It's the my second book anniversary is this month. So I'm on the 28th day of love in Black history. Rita, stop with the hearts, please.
Simba.
So my sib note is love covers a multitude of things. What now you got the black fist? You know what?
It was pink
Did
nail
she
polish.
say
So
love
you know what?
Yeah,
and
love.
Love
Black
empowered.
history?
That's love and
Love
power.
and
Love empowered.
And
love
Black
Love
history.
and
love
happiness
and black history. Love covers a
Hold on.
multitude of things.
make you
So
do right when you do wrong. Love. Ooh. That was my pastor, Al Green, baby, Al Green. Look,
oh, February is
Maxie,
love month.
can I say this? I appreciate you and Rita for having me on the
He
show.
didn't
You
even
guys,
interrupt you too.
hey, listen,
Oh, the
listen.
Leos of the world, Lord. Wow.
Hey,
I'm
I wanted to
surrounded.
I wanted to just say you ladies are doing an excellent job.
Yes.
We appreciate you and
Yes.
we adore the
Yes.
fact that you guys are making a dent in society and you're making a true showing that black women are more than whatever the society is saying that you all have accomplished and will be moving forward. I appreciate you and I love you both.
That boy laid it on thick. That's what
Yes.
I'm talking about,
Yes.
boy.
Rachel, you know what? I'm done with
We
you.
love you, twin.
Um, like I said, my books are available on Amazon. All My Broken Crayons Still Color, a daily affirmation book and a journal. My second book, Love You More, Grieving Isn't Easy and Healing Hurts. My baby is having an anniversary on 2/22 in February. It'll be 1 year since that book came out. I don't know how I feel about that. Time is flying by. I don't know where the time went. But as always, we thank y'all again for joining us on another episode of the Regina Kids podcast. And shameless plug, like I said, we all about ownership. The last statement that we say at in every show, y'all can't have it because it's mine and it's copywritten and trademarked.
Oh, one
Boom.
more thing. www.teamspurgeonjohnson.com. Go on that website.
Say it
Donate.
again. Say it again.
www.teamspurgeonjohnson.com. Donate or just
Donate to the campaign. Because y'all
that's
don't
it.
know where this black man is going. I'm trying to tell y'all. Y'all better
He
get in
everywhere.
where y'all fit in. Rita, everywhere. Everywhere.
Everywhere. He everywhere. And he'll marry you. Hit my DMs.
Why you always trying to get somebody married, bro? You next.
No, it's the month of love.
True that. Yeah, true. It's the love month. I'm just trying to find out if we going. Dun, dun, dun,
Yeah, don't get
dun.
me to sweating.
Wait, we can fly to Florida if you want.
Right. Dun, 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 dun.
You have to when they get married.
Yeah, I gotta marry her. So yeah.
I don't know, Spurge. I might just go because the last time.
Hey,
Just
you can't
saying.
go to the courthouse because the last time you did
Oh,
that, it ain't working.
Hey, we
true.
gotta go
You
into
right.
church this time.
Right. You need to get married under the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit.
Baptize
Dang, I
both of
can't even
y'all
tell
right
my
then and there.
favorite. I
Hey,
can't even tell my favorite story about that night. Sandy, you know that story. Y'all
Which
hit my DMs. So I tell y'all what happened at the
at,
wedding with
at the wedding.
Spurge.
Disrespect.
www.teamspurgeon.com.
But thank y'all again for joining us on another episode of the Regina Kid Podcast. I'm your host, Maxie.
I'm your host, Rita.
And our special guest today was Dr. Spurgeon Johnson and his beautiful wife, my cousin Sunday.
PhD in this beat.
Uh, see, she always taking too far. Anyway, as always, we're going to continue to glow through.
Whatever it is we're going through.
You finally got it, Rita.
Come on.
And we'll see y'all on the next episode.